See if that does any better for you.
Okay. Oh. No. Hey. Yeah, I opened it up. We got one watcher now. It's me.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
I wasn't paying attention.
Tell you what, Zach. I know it might seem crazy. I've been waiting all season to do a freaking show with you, man. I swear to God. I watch religiously from work.
I've been waiting all season.
Aren't
for
you
this
supposed to be working during
particular
work?
show. Yeah.
The last
I'm
one.
just glad to
Yes,
finally
that's
be.
the one I was waiting on.
I'm glad to finally be in Shannon Wilcher's position on this side of the camera.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else
You
is
got a
too.
raise.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Tabitha Bonham?
Yeah.
I see you checking in with us in person.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be
Yeah.
going live in about 10 minutes.
You're not loud.
Southern Rock Racing filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, for those of you who are already here, we are going to do a post-season
Oh,
wrap-up. Maybe talk about the finals a little bit, about how the season went, winners, losers.
None of them are losers.
No.
No, everybody that didn't win is technically a loser. Yeah. So all except for one
That's
in
true.
per class.
There
Second
can only
place is
be
the
one.
first loser type thing. I didn't say they were losers at life. I didn't say they were losers at driving. I said they just didn't win this series. They had losers in this series. But they still got a second, third, honorable mention, participation award. Big thanks out to Matt Holt since we're talking about him.
Man, those
Helping us out.
weren't participation awards, man.
Participation
Those were
awards.
some real freaking awards. And I tell you what, man, my guy, Jimmy Flynn, who made those awards,
Mhm.
just, he could have been happier, man, just to be a part of it. And I got such great feedback. I know you
You're
did too,
awesome.
about, how the drivers love that trophy more than any other trophy.
That trophy's cool.
They got- it
That is a
really
neat little trophy.
Yeah.
I didn't get one, but
Thanks, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Trophies, baby.
oh man, who else we got in here? We got Cassidy Stewart.
Cassie Cass.
I like the whole Stewart family. I love being around them. They're fun, outgoing, good bunch of guys. Old Bat Crazy Customs. I mean, Bat Cave Customs, whatever. It's funny.
Tiff. We got Tiff there. Brandon, the wheel doctor himself.
Yeah, I need to talk to Brandon. I got a lot of things that I could get ceramic coated
Oh.
or whatever he does.
We
is
can't say the
awesome.
C word on the show.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
You know.
My bad. My bad.
Look at Big Daddy checking in with us.
Daniel?
Hey, Matt Schistler, baby.
Oh, Matt,
Ah.
Sistal.
Yeah.
Sistal. Yeah, there he is. Yours is working faster than mine. It just says
Is
that
it?
he checked.
What are
in
you,
right now.
Verizon?
Oh, no.
AT&T? That's right.
AT&T.
Yeah.
At the video store?
That's
Let's
right.
see.
At the video store?
What?
Yes, Ava, it started. Be quiet. We're trying to let it build up a little bit right now. So.
Yeah. We got all our kids here. All our kids are in the house getting
Well,
dirty.
it's Sunday.
outside
It's
playing.
family day.
That's
Oh,
right.
they are. I saw yours earlier.
Oh,
She
it's
was like
bad.
she rolled
It's
in the
bad.
ditch.
My wife is gonna be. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dinner plan's done. We going to
Mud
McDonald's.
monster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
¿Cómo te va? Médico. Fer. It's my boy from Argentina.
I'm
This one right
being
here.
Be quiet. All right, what do we want? What do you think?
Feel like I'm in Austin Powers with a shh. All
What are we gonna
right,
talk about?
man. Let's talk about the season, man. When we started this thing out back last year, I would have never have thought that it would. I mean, we've been through this before. It's not our first rodeo, and the high drama this year, as far as the changing of the guard that actually happened, which was I'm not going to say it was unexpected, but it was freaking amazing because Paul Wolf and Timmy Cameron have been swapping paint all season long, and what an ending!
Yep, that's right. A lot of driver skill, a little bit of mechanical failure. Made a recipe for victory for Mr. Wolf. Oh, Wolfpack Racing. They absolutely they let it all hang out all season long. They did a great job.
As far as UTVs go, you have been working the Bounty Series the entire season.
Yeah, we worked the Bounty Series, and that man, it's so fun. I mean, I wish we could get more sponsors on board, things like that, because it's a fun knockout type situation to race and go on. But actually, I'm really excited about where it's going to, because we're going to revamp and make it a little easier for the drivers to attend, because we're going to put it at some of the big events. We're still in the works, so I can't name anything perfect, but we're getting a lot of feedback from a lot of the bouncer buggy drivers in the Bounty Series, and taking their feedback and applicating that to a race scenario, and it's going to be just outrageous, awesome.
So basically, if folks like true old school Bounty Bounty events,
Yes.
they're gonna love this.
Oh, yeah. This is the Bounty Hill. We've got racing, and don't get me wrong. Some of the hills that we put in our race courses are Bounty Hills to the average drivers.
Yes.
But these drivers are not the average drivers. We have the cut above, the cream of the crop, the best drivers in the country, and these are race hills. So when they run those races in the series and they're running up those hills, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, that's not a Bounty Hill. That is a race hill." Bounty Hills are exactly what the name says, and you need to know a Bounty Hill that isn't climbed is by name a Bounty Hill.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because if you climb it, it's not a Bounty Hill; it's just a hill. So you need hard hills, good hills, and you got to have money for climbing them. So we're going to set up a time scenario to handle tiebreakers. We're going to set up a all hit out, 100% payout type thing. It's going to be old school, make it or don't get anything. Winner takes all. It's going to be pretty awesome.
So, as most everybody out there knows, age has very little to do. Age has very little to do with the quality of driver. Cash LaCroix has made a name for himself.
That's right.
Clint Garrison hit the scene just so hard,
And they're the
fast,
same
furious.
age.
And then we got to talk about this guy. This guy right here on the screen, Mr. Rogers, has hit both the Bounty series and the UTV series, or the UTV Cup series, so
It's hard to do.
ridiculously.
Anyway,
I had a newfound respect for this gentleman when I went to go see him at Blue Holler. Just unreal.
no, I got to see Steven Rogers evolve. When his first races he started showing up to, and he was timid, he was scared, and not only in front of the camera and with the people around us and the people putting on the race, but how he hit and approached the hills. He had fear and doubt in his eyes. It was just, he'd look at those hills and he was just like, and the hills are scary, don't get me wrong, they were warranted, but your guys that have been around longer, it was easier for them to know kind of what was going to happen. But as the season progressed, by the end of the year, he's just looking at the hill going, I ain't nothing, I got this. We're fixing to hammer it out. And he was right.
Yeah, by finals, he was so relaxed, I never once saw a moment of doubt.
No.
He was always lighthearted, always a smile on his face. He was always the first to help. Did you notice that at finals?
Yeah.
He was helping all of the younger folks,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty amazing to see. And he had one heck of a year, ended up in third place.
I'll tell you what, just if you could rewind back to going down Fable Hill, Cable Hill, Home Depot Hill, whatever it is, the first time in the spring, and then him going down the hill at the finals, there's a different racer. That's a completely different racing
100%.
style, a different racer, the way he approached it, hit it, and where his throttle's at. So big congrats to him, and up and comer too. I mean, I know he took a heck of a spill this year at one of the other events.
Man, I
at
tell
huge
you
events
what.
and race.
Seeing him dig down, I
Yeah.
think we were at Dirt Nasty when he showed up.
Yeah,
Seeing him dig down and come back. Man, he couldn't even climb into his own freaking rig. I heard after the fact he had to get some guys to help him up in his rig. And just unbelievable heart, unbelievable gameness this young man has.
There's the trophy designer himself, Jimmy Flynn.
Jimmy Flynn and
Jonathan Wright.
Who's Jonathan?
Never heard of her.
Yeah, well, if it ain't right.
Yeah, it must be Black Dog Photography.
Unbelievable pictures. I mean, between Jonathan Wright, his protege, and, Curtis is out there snapping, and, of course, there's Christy Moe.
Is this on YouTube, or can you share it to YouTube?
It will be on YouTube afterwards.
It'll
It'll be on there
YouTube.
afterwards, Justin. I'll just answer Justin Hobeck's question.
Yeah.
Our producer's a little slow. He's working on it.
And we've got Booby tuning in from
Oh.
Iceland. You in Iceland right now? You back in Iceland, Booby?
That's Bubba. Over
Bubba.
in America, he's just Bubba. He ain't Booby.
That's my Booby.
Yep. Big
What?
old Booby.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
Now, speaking about a weekend and what a season, what about this next guy? Came in second in the Bounty Series. A lot of people started a hashtag no power. I mean, he's your guy. This is your guy.
Jeremiah Calderon. That's right. Jeremiah Calderon. That's him. Like I said, a man after my own heart because he took that non-turbo buggy, which is an awesome buggy, and continued to lay the smack down on everybody all season long. And rumor mill has it that he won't be hitting it with a non-turbo next year. He'll hit it with something else. We don't know what else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping helicopter, but just because I'd like to see how they climbed. But I think he's going to go with something either supercharged, something turbo, something nitrous.
It's definitely going to be something different.
Yeah.
Just like most of the racers, most of them can't do it alone, and they got a lot of help out there. So I'm sure he's going to be trying to work with somebody to get something pretty special in there for next year. And I don't think Jamie's going to slow down.
Oh.
He's building his program for longevity.
Yes.
He's trying to run the marathon, not just a quick foot race. So
He's pretty much refurbished everything. Refurbished racing.
yeah, and folks, for those of you non-racers tuning in, you need to do us a favor and just go like their page, share their page, go watch their stuff on YouTube because it helps them out more than you can realize.
Yeah, because racing parts ain't cheap. And the average rider go out, break an axle, he knows he just spent some hundreds time and fixing. These guys flip these buggies down hills on purpose. So you can just imagine as it goes up, it just goes bigger. So bigger the buggy, the bigger the money.
I'm sorry, when you said that, I just immediately I was like DC Thompson. I don't know why. He came to mind. Just flipping him downhill on purpose. Automatically boom. DC
Yeah,
Thompson.
the new old girl / yard sale. No, it's not. He does a good job. He has had some parts problems, but hey, it'll be okay. It's the end of the season. Maybe he can stock up on a whole bunch of transmissions and belts and ECMs and stuff like that. But I tell you who else absolutely kills it: Travis Skelton.
Man.
Absolutely kills it.
I had Smart Money at the beginning of the season had him on the podium for both the UTV Cup and the Bounty Series. And if it wasn't for some mechanical, just a little stutter step at the beginning and some serious mechanical failures, he had some electrical problems as well. I think he could have been on. But you know what? Racing is coulda, woulda, shoulda.
He came out in Texas like gangbusters. Who the heck is Travis Skelton? The guy from last season that kind of just existed, went around, felt it out, got a feel, backed off in the off season, built this monster of a buggy, 427 with Gilbert off-road helping him out, with Rock Life off-road helping him out, and comes out like a hurricane. I'm talking about, didn't just win,
No.
he gapped them by seconds, and in that race there wasn't that many seconds left on the clock to get, but in Texas, and from that point on this season, we saw an immediate decline, but that's where it comes into what you were talking about, his mechanical and everything else problems that he had. But then he found his footing. He got his sea legs back under him, not only mechanical, but also his mindset. And you mentioned DC Thompson. DC Thompson, I know for a fact when we were running the Cup Series and up in at Rush Springs, DC went over and had a talk with him right there at the start line and really just got him back on track.
Is that
Just
what
got
you
him
call it? A
plugged
little
in.
talk? For those
Yeah.
of you who don't know,
Got him plugged in.
you
was
got him
like,
plugged
okay,
out, plugged in,
yeah.
whatever it is.
He kind of did a reset,
Shenanigans.
and sometimes you need a reset. I tell people all the time, if I'm in the hospital on life support, just go in there and unplug that baby, plug it back up. Let's see what happens. First thing I do to my computer, first thing that I do to anything these days is reset it. Start by resetting.
Yeah, he reset it, and Travis was hotter than a nine-eyed stove.
Yeah, he was.
It
It
was
was
bad.
hilarious. I would just be thank goodness I was a fly on the wall. I'm standing over there just looking, going, oh my goodness. And if Travis wouldn't have won, there'd been a hit out on DC.
So that's pretty much how the podium ended up. It ended up with Steven in third, Jamie in second, and of course, Travis led the entire season. Never stutter stepped in the Bounty Series. It was amazing. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to the other drivers, the Dan Carters, Mr. Hellacious himself, the great-grandfather of the Can-Am Mafia. Your guy, huh?
Yeah.
Mike Flenner.
Mike Flenner.
Yeah,
I like Mike
he's
Flenner.
awesome.
And hilarious. I mean, hellacious.
Yeah.
That's right, hellacious. I think you should
Yeah.
rename the buggy to hilarious.
Hey, Timothy, we have questions saying, are we going to race in Dyersburg again next year? Stay
course.
tuned. The schedule, of course, maybe. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to lean toward
Check-
more likely than
Yeah.
not.
Possibly. Check out the schedule. The schedule should be posted in the upcoming month or so, month or two. Stay tuned. There'll be posts everywhere.
Look,
Couple weeks.
a couple of weeks, but in all honesty, for those people that do not understand or don't know, because there are some phenomenal rock bouncing, all natural terrain, awesome parks. Dyersburg does a lot of things for us as far as the sport, is getting out and promoting the event and pushing for it. The viewing area for the spectators, the parking, accessibility, medical convenience and care coverage, all these things are taken into consideration. Not to mention we pair up with Formula Off-Road, and those guys really bring a lot to our sport in general, and they're so fun to be around, and they become part of our off-road family at least one time a year. And those hills are something that they are able to incorporate into their race season. So we take the good with the bad, and we end up having an awesome show and putting on. I mean, anybody that was there will tell you some of the best racing that went down all year.
I
went
was
down right there.
man.
in
I was
Dyersburg.
about to say,
Yes.
if you were there, you understand it. Was it
Mhm.
hot? Yeah. Was it dusty? Yeah. But you know what? When you go out to a rock bouncing event, 90% of the time it's either going to be hot, dusty, or it's going to be muddy and a sloppy mess, or it'll be freezing cold.
I don't
Only
care.
about 5-10% of the time is it going to be optimal conditions. But I tell you what,
First year in
It may have
Texas
been
was
hot.
hot. Second year in Texas was in the 20s.
yes,
Sure
the
was.
mosquitoes may have been big enough to carry you off. But you know what? We had cans of mosquito spray. Everything was fine. Everybody, thousands. Look, man, I was expecting a big crowd. Did you expect what you saw there and the love that they showed the drivers? And was it not amazing at Bikini Bottoms?
I feel like you want me to say no, but yeah.
I really, really, really want.
I feel like you want me to say no. I didn't see
Tell
that
them how
coming.
crappy it was.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that coming. No, I was so shocked that people showed up to watch awesome racing. I don't care if you're inside. You go to Monster Jam, you're still high as a kite from the race fuel fumes.
Oh, I
and the
thought you were
dust.
going a different direction, man.
No,
we can't be doing this. Is Southern Rock
This
Racing.
is
Series.
Southern Rock
Yeah, we
Racing
can't do that.
Series, and you're never going to have optimal. Yeah, that's part of it though. It's the race fuel and the wind and the dust and just the race and the thrill and the fact that you don't have to look at it on camera because, I mean, this wall looks like it's easy to climb on this camera, but in all
Mhm.
seriousness, it's almost straight up and down.
Now the UTV Cup Series was just amazing to follow the entire
Mhm.
year. You had that battle like we talked about earlier with Timmy Cameron and Paul Wolf. Back and forth all season, but
Yeah,
that
okay.
guy. The guy with the
Yeah.
green and the black, but then you have Brandon Davis, who's just seems like he's always there, or should I say the power couple, because it's not just Brandon Davis. And if any of you out there think that Brandon Davis ended up in third place on his own, you're insane, because he's only one half
Told
of
you.
Davis Racing.
I summed up Brandon Davis's whole racing career this season for you. He had a great career. He was always there, Mr. Consistent, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's Brandon. And I love him to death. I ain't saying that he won't come out next year and win absolutely everything he races in, and I ain't saying he don't deserve to. I'm saying it seemed like to me every time I was looking at him, I was looking at the bride and looking over there at the bridesmaid, just like he's saying, the groomsman. Let's be groomsmen. Y'all know what I mean. Nobody uses that expression. But he's right there. He is right there all the time. And don't get me wrong, we need that. So if it's not him, it's going to be somebody else pushing these drivers to be better. And that's the only reason that they do what they do is because they know if they don't do what they do and let it all hang out and take that chance and mat it, somebody else is going to do it and they're going to take it from them. And just like this season, Bubba Bacon led the whole first half of the season with a lead. I'm talking about something substantial. And through driving, mechanical, psychological, environmental factors, somehow he did not win. And that was crazy. But that's just the way it, I mean,
when
Timmy
you
began helping.
get the best in the world together, all under one roof, this is what happens. This is why, and we'll discuss that in a second. We'll discuss Sarah Sorensen here in a second. But when you get the best UTV and bouncer drivers under one roof in a long series, look, if it was a 1 or 2 race series, if it was a Bounty Hill, that's great. I'm not taking anything away from a short series. I love a good short series. I love a good Bounty Hill, but it really, really, really tells a lot. Just because you have all of those, all of the things that could go wrong. Drivers get into their own heads halfway through the season. Mechanical issues. Of course, there's the time off. That's why I love that long series. Period.
I'll tell you what, you're exactly right. And I was sitting there thinking on Sarah while you were talking, and you lost me. I don't have short attention span, but I can read her comment. I'd like to see that. She says, "What about all the women drivers in the Cup Series this year?" I did see women drivers in the Cup Series.
We had Summer.
Cheryl, Summer, Sarah. Wow.
Bree. I think Bree made an appearance.
I think she made an appearance.
Sure
one time.
did.
I think we've got a lot of talented women. I don't think that we're okay. I think that we really need. They need to pick a women's team. They do. And I realize that if they can't make it to every event, or they don't want to do that type of driving, or they don't want to do this, but I think Sarah should pair up with, or maybe she could lead and organize the Power Women's team or something, and be a force to be reckoned with.
I agree 100%. And with
They're a lot better to look at than these guys, other than Paul Wolf.
and the series is going to be. They're going to be posting up the rules in the upcoming weeks, talking about teams and how they work. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised and pleased at what they're going to be seeing. So stay tuned. Everything will be released in the next couple of weeks. So, and folks like Sarah, I think it's going to benefit them so
Good.
dramatically.
Good.
What's up, Adam
We're going to
Purdue?
do like golf and then start at a
Yeah, with a
Close to
handicap.
handicap.
We'll talk about handicap. No, let's.
I don't know what they're going to do, but we're gonna make it good, and we love. Well, I personally like women better than I do men drivers.
I thought you were going to say love Timmy Cameron.
Oh yeah, well that naturally.
I mean the transition
that's
into
like, I love
the second
children
place in the
and
UTV Cup Series.
Tim Cameron.
What I mean, for all of you that have followed the series this year, it's been ridiculous. Timmy went in to finals with a good lead. He was confident,
Almost good enough.
almost good enough.
Yeah.
If it were 3 points more, it would have gotten really, really
It
interesting.
came down to the last race, and the last run of Paul Wolf and everything else for him to determine whether or not he could win
Yeah, but
that.
there were 100 points on the table. That's what makes finals so daggum exciting. You've got 100 points on the table, the UTV side. You've got 200 points on the bouncer side. So you know what? These guys are fighting it out and leaving it on the hill. I think that's why there were so many amazing runs, because they're not just battling for first and second. People were battling for third place, fourth place, top 5. It was unbelievable.
I think they're all trying to win.
Oh,
But yes.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. The stage is huge. They all want to be at the top of the podium for finals. But Timmy Cameron, he did such an amazing job this year. He's battled some mechanical issues as well, just like everybody
Not
else.
as much in UTV. His UTV was pretty solid and pretty sound this year.
It was solid. I like him.
It until the end, till it wasn't. It was good till it wasn't, and I was sitting there. I happened to have the honor or ability or fortunate situation to where I was sitting on the hill, probably 50 foot, 35 feet from when that front diff let go on that first jump around. I saw him pull the rest of those step up hills on that last round in 2-wheel drive and slow down considerably. And I just thought to myself, I think I said, it's going to be a long day, Tim, on the mic right then, because he has a tough race to win. And it was awesome, though. That was actually really cool. And his dad, I had breakfast with his dad earlier that morning. We were sitting there at Taco Bell and we were talking about
What a gentleman. What a gentleman.
absolute winner. Yeah, Tim Cameron Sr. is an absolute good person and a good man who's really realistic about it. And like I said, he should be very proud in his son's accomplishments. He didn't win today, but that doesn't happen often.
So Tim Cameron was going for a three-peat. He was going for his third UTV Cup National Championship. But this man wasn't going to have it in 2018.
Luscious locks, Paul Wolf.
I tell you what, girls he's taken, ladies he's taken. He is a new father. I don't know her middle name, but it's Lainey Wolf, Little Miss Lainey Wolf.
We'll take it.
Beautiful, healthy baby girl. Paul just had a daughter a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm not paying a dime until DNA tests are done.
Well, who else just had a baby? Mark Nero.
Mark Nero, I heard, had a baby, and also my man, Mad Ram 11's newest CEO, Cole Shirley, had another one, and I'm already jealous of his first one. So I don't know.
How can you not be? How can you not be? And then we have Scott Goforth and Nikki Goforth expecting. Baby Cam has not been hatched yet, born yet, but any minute now.
Yep.
So God bless, and we can't wait to meet young Cam. We got Audrey Campbell tuning in.
Oh yeah. Actually, we got with you had the luxury. I was standing there and did a crowd interview with him, but you had the luxury of interviewing him right before I did. As soon as he got out of his buggy, he walked directly over to you, still sweating and nasty. Pulled the top half of his race suit off. Do we have the video? Can y'all
Let's roll.
run that beautiful bean footage?
Knew it was going to be a ridiculous run.
Yeah, me and my pit crew here, we discussed it right before I ran, and we decided we're going to sell out. Either we're going to wreck it or put it on the podium. But we got it on the podium, so that's better.
You basically, what was it, about a second and a half, 2 seconds faster than the rest of the 4 seconds. 4 seconds faster than the rest of the crew. You got to understand, people, this is about 4 minutes after Paul just got out of his machine. I lost my voice on that run. I couldn't believe it. What's it feel like taking the cup from Timmy Cameron, who's been holding it for 2 years?
Good. Feels good. Let him know we got some competition.
Yes, sir. And you want to introduce your pit crew?
Yeah, this is Will right here. He's my #1 guy. He's a little shy at first. And then my brother Nathan.
Nate, your stunt double.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Anybody that you'd like to thank for helping you get here, brother?
Yeah, my family, these two here, and then my girlfriend at home. She's getting ready to have a baby. I gotta check my phone and make sure she ain't having a baby.
Well,
it might have happened her watching this on live feed.
And what a present to give that newborn baby Lainey, brother.
Oh yeah. So
all right.
Be happy to take that cup home with me.
Yes, sir. Anybody else who's helped you along the way?
Yeah, I got to thank all my sponsors, Halo, Pitbull. Congratulations, guys. You're able to bring the cup home. Got E-Power Steering, Aggressive Graphics, and HRC. So I'm around their suspension, and suspension took a hell of a beat coming down Cable Hill. And I'm really surprised it held up, but it took a beat, and the whole bike did. And I got to mention G-Force Racing running their front shocks. I don't think I would have made it that run down Cable Hill like that if I didn't have them.
Paulie, I don't think that the world could be happier. Congratulations on all your success. You've sustained injuries. Your bike has sustained injuries. You fought through it the entire season, and it's gotten you out the top, my friend.
Yes, sir. Can-Am Mafia, baby.
Congratulations, brother. What's up, everybody? This is Dave from
Standing in
Hillside.
line at the end of that video, standing there in line, I was waiting. I had a marker. I let Paul sign my titty, but
He really did too.
it was awesome.
Seriously, You still got it on there? You getting that tattooed on there?
No. I'm gonna let him do a little better. He was shaking, all sweaty. And it was just a bad situation.
So that's how the bounty or how the UTV Cup Series ended up for 2018. New
Good job.
champion. A lot of people were happy to see some new blood in there. Not to take anything away from Mr. Cameron, but competition. I mean, this is really what it's all about. It's
That's
all
right.
about the highest level of competition in the world. So great to see Paul Wolf doing what he does.
All right. Well,
What are we going to talk about now? What's left?
RC Command, Nick with RC Command said, hope to be racing with y'all next year, even if it's just an RC bouncer. And it's interesting that he brings that up because I think
Man.
2000.
Can we talk about that even?
I'm not going to talk about much. Or
No, look,
anything,
he's
but I'm
like,
gonna tell
producers
y'all-
like, no, we
I'm
can't
gonna
talk
tell you,
about
we're open for anything. So anybody wants to come at us with some ideas, y'all go. We'll
Send
race
it to
anything.
Dave Z at
Look, man,
160.
you got 2 slugs. I'll race them. We're laying down beside each other. We don't care. Up a hill.
The bouncer class. Once again,
Always
let's
a
go back.
bridesmaid, never
Let's
a
go back
bride.
to that wedding you were talking about earlier.
Our most beautiful, consistent, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Brandon Davis. Love Davis Racing. Love him and Cheryl. Yet again, consistent.
You-
Consistently gets beat by Tim, evidently.
You know what though? I would
Um,
rather come in second or third every event than come in first 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Period.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, he's just laughing all the way to the back.
Oh, I'm telling you, no,
And
don't
with
get
the
me wrong.
points.
Don't get me
And
wrong.
with the points.
He's always like less than a second from taking the whole thing home, and he drives those TC buggies. I think I figured it out. TC gives him almost as good as what he's going to drive,
Right? It's just like
The
that,
whole time.
that shock tuning is perfect.
and then he backs it off a hair.
Yeah, just a little bit.
just there.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
Should have
No,
had that extra
Tim-
shim in there.
Tim
Brando.
doesn't have that. Tim doesn't have that in him. He
Yeah,
likes
he really
competition.
I talked to Tim after the whole thing, and
Hey,
one
Scott.
thing that I heard him say after the UTV deal went down is how happy he was, like on the live feed, how happy he was and how proud he was of Paul Wolf. You know, it's one thing to be able to win a championship, but to lose a championship the way that he did and come out and say the things that he did, it shows that he is a true
No.
champion.
And I'm going to tell you that
Period.
all
And a
season,
gentleman.
I watched him break his buggy. I watched Brandon Davis had trouble when we were at Hawk Pride, Hill 1. And that was a power steering issue. And also, Brandon showed me what he did to remedy that situation and
Mhm.
probably prevent it from ever happening again with triple steps. And a great job. But Brandon absolutely is a joy to be around, a joy to be with. And his racing ability is second to one. But next year I think he's got some new buggy plans in the works, and we'll see what he
Really?
does. Yeah,
Really? Are you going
Really.
to put that out there?
I don't know. I
I'm
think he's
thinking
putting a
it's like
paint
a-
scheme on daggum
Yeah, there
unfinished
you go.
business. I don't know
There
what he's
you
doing.
go.
Either way, he's gonna wax it up, make it a little bit faster. I bet he's more competitive though. I'll go ahead and lay that down right now, and can't wait to see him do it. And
One of
still
them-
no slack.
One of our sponsors is just checking in right now, old Scott Goforth.
Yes, go for tires. They
Thanks
stick.
for everything that you do, Scotty.
Yes.
Now, the number 2 slot this year, you mentioned him earlier. You mentioned him having the lead for over half the
Over
season.
half the season. Yes.
And what a pleasure it was getting to know Bubba and the entire clan a little bit better this year. Speaking
Yeah.
personal
I understand.
experience.
I understand.
Those guys and gals are just like the whole package. You know,
Yes.
they're camped, they've got their tents set up, and they're open to anybody. They're just, you know, if you didn't know any better and you didn't spend a lot of time with them behind the scenes and you just hung out with them at the tent, you would have no idea how competitive those brothers are, or all 3 of them, Tim Sr., Lil Tim, and Bubba. It's
Or
just,
how these redneck bearded fellas get these smoking hot women. It's bound
that
to life.
is one way to
I think
say it.
yeah.
That is one way
They'll
to say it.
sit there and wonder. They're like, "What? Why?" Anyway, it doesn't make any. I'm just playing. I give them heck all the time, and congratulations to all of them. And Bubba, like I said, Team TBR. He'll accredit his second place victory to, Team Bacon Racing TBR, because Timothy, Big Tim, I mean, Angie, the whole 9 yards. They're all behind him 110%. I mean, he brings his own recovery guy, and we get the luxury of getting to use him too. Keep the tool man.
Recovery guy, freaking welder.
Yes.
I mean, this guy is keeping everybody running.
I'm trying to get the old Toolman, Keith Toolman shirts made, so we'll be.
It's going to happen.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna happen.
I know there's a driver out there that wouldn't use it. In fact, if they have to have Keith come recover them, I think they should be mandatory they buy one.
100%.
But Bubba Bacon,
Hell of a season for Bubba. I just can't wait to see what he does 2019. Oh, there it is. 2019 season should be ridiculous because a lot of the first and second year series drivers have really got their sea legs under them, and I think they're going to put out. I think the competition is going to raise to a whole new level in 2019.
Oh, I believe it too. I
Without
know
a
for
doubt.
a fact. A lot of the buggy drivers that are backing up and punting, not to mention ones that were under construction this year that finally are coming to a close on getting their buggies ready to race. It may have taken them all season, but I know 3 or 4 that are just now getting comfortable, getting some seat time, getting them running. We got John Campbell. You know, there's and I talked with Kyle Crouch also. He's also got some stuff in the works later on and see what he's going to get going. I know Wes Keene is planning. I know that, Tim, of course, who knows? He may take 2 weeks out, build him something all new. Who knows what's
Never
going
know.
to come? I just mentioned Brandon Davis is probably going to, buff on unfinished business or something, or
Something else.
something else. Who
Ah.
knows? But these guys are going to be absolutely hell bent on winning.
Speaking of Hellbent, 4-time champion, 4 time in a row champion, Tim Cameron. I've said it before, 7th place earlier on in the season, battled back with the new buggy. Boy, that buggy works.
That buggy is
Jeez.
insane. That buggy.
Yeah.
I think, I've made some expressions this year that are not for kids to describe that buggy, and that thing is absolutely hell bent. And from the time it came out, man, it's been a good, solid, working, fast, powerful. Went big block. Took some notes out of his competitors' books. I mean, seriously, he picked the brains and the designs, the buggies of other things he's racing against. Absolutely knocked it out of the park on this design.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's got so many just groundbreaking, just awesome. I think we're playing a video in the background now that'll give you an idea of what this thing is. I mean, woo! I wish he would let me drive it around one weekend. Just one weekend.
That's all you need.
Let me borrow it. Yeah,
That's it.
I'll reverse engineer it. But no, it is actually super awesome, and that's probably why he is the 4-time bouncer champion. 4 years in a row, we've had to watch this guy stand on that tall spot, and the only reason he's standing on the tall spot so he can be
All
the
right,
same height as the other
There you
guys.
go.
But but evidently small.
It
is
wouldn't be a
contributing
post-race
factor.
show if we didn't just want to bet. There it is.
There it is. I had to rip on him one time. No, I can do it again. I can keep going. I mean,
He
all
really
day
can.
long. Yeah. But like I said, Tim Cameron's an absolute beast, force to be reckoned with.
So, the other drivers are stepping it up. It's going to be insane to see what he brings to the table in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited, and I can't even predict what it's going to be.
No.
Mainly because I don't know how he's going to. He seems to top every time. Moves up, adds a rear steer, adds more horsepower, adds stronger gear sets, adds something different, steering components. I've seen him give a shot at the independent front suspension. I've seen, a little bit of everything. But with Hellbent doing what it does, how it did it, as successful as it was, I don't know what to tell him to do. I don't know what, I can't fathom what he's going to do to top it.
Well, the great thing about this series and how these drivers push each other, you do see some designs being copied from one buggy to another, but we have so many trailblazers, so many of these drivers and so many of the builders are trailblazers trying to put some, there it is, putting new things together, trying to shave 1 or 2 pounds off apart. There it is. But, yeah, can't wait to see what's going on. There we have Matt Holt. Look at this. Matt Holt
Hey,
checking
there's
in
Matt.
from Illinois.
Oh, what's up, guy? Chris Hickman.
So, you know,
Las
it'd
Vegas.
be really great to say, oh, the 2019 series, we've got a million new things coming. We do have a few pretty exciting things.
Yes, we do.
Not going to put it out there just yet.
Why not? I mean, yeah, you should.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the director over there is just going like this.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You know where he
Not
screwed
yet.
up? He let us do this.
Yeah.
No. Speaking of buggies, looking in 2019, I'm
Oh.
expecting Matt Holt to do 110% better than he did this year, just because of seat time and adjustments and everything else. And I know that's not saying a lot, but okay, let's go ahead.
Did
310%.
Did Matt Holt not just push that button in finals, though? He done.
Oh, there was
Come on
literally
now.
3
Matt
to 4
Holt.
seconds that Matt either his throttle stuck or he pinned it. One of the two happened, okay? And he did crash, and I would not give Matt a hard time if
We're not going to take anything away
if
from
he
him.
had spent
He
all
got-
his time.
You know
crashing.
what? Matt Holt is responsible for Bobby Tanner being in 4th place. How about that?
How about Bobby Tanner climbing the unclimbable, dugout, destroyed, despicable wall with no steering?
No steering.
No steering. It didn't look like he dug it out too bad either.
No.
No, it didn't look like it. I mean, well, I saw
The
I
wall,
saw-
you know what? The wall, I mean, you look at Sam Carter on the wall. Look,
Didn't he
now,
have the best
now
time on that
for
wall?
those of you who haven't figured it out
Kill
yet,
it.
Zach and I, we watch the Mad Ram feeds afterwards. We watch the BK feeds. We watch Carissa's video. Everybody who's putting out videos, we're watching it.
Octane,
We watch our own live feeds. And we
Yes.
watch every
Poor
single
man.
run and we pick it apart. And I'll tell you what, man, Sam Carter's run freaking made me happy. You know what I mean? Just got up there. He got his suspension was working. Y'all take a look at Sam Carter's run on the wall on hill number 4. I was extremely impressed. What about Jack Porter's run?
Oh, I love Jack. I'm a Jack Porter fan, though. You know that.
That's
Jack
right.
Porter, that's it. Moving from the same hometown, man. I can go have dinner with Jack.
And then before we wrap it up, Matt Schisler, back in what was it, April when we were at Bikini Bottoms last, when he earned that wildest ride trophy on that wall. He truly earned it by never lifting. I must have watched hill number 4 at finals with Matt Schisler a dozen times.
Oh yeah. You logged that.
Gee.
That was in your top 3. I mean, that's spank bank footage right there. That is awesome.
I mean, he rounded the corner. He never lifted coming around the daggum corner. He's coming around the corner just about on 2 wheels. Never slowed down, just hit the wall. Shot up 20 feet in the air. Sickest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
All right. Anything else you want to cover? Anybody else? Any questions? Any?
Speak now. Ask anything. We're probably not going to answer you, though.
No, I might answer you. You
I-
probably don't want to hear me
no.
answer you, but I'm going to
Probably
answer.
not going to give you the answer you want to hear.
It's going to be funny.
It probably will be.
Yeah. No, it's going to be. I don't know.
That's right. Armstrong Steering, Bobby T.
Watch
We got Brian Dunnigan. Brian Dunnigan from Rock Life does so much. His team with the UTV, his team that he put together is just phenomenal.
Oh man, I saw Jason Cruz almost take that 4-seater up Cable Hill.
My
Out there.
word.
Anyway, Brian, we appreciate Rock Life, everything they do, all of our sponsors, all of our drivers, all of the driver support, all the families, our off-road family, everything. We had a great year, awesome year. I can't
Yes.
thank y'all enough. I could sit here and say it all day long. I can think of a million things to say. If we did not mention you on the video, it's not because we don't know about you. It's because we run out of time. We're going to end out, I guess, with one of the videos one of our cohort film crews put together. Who is it that put it together? Your buddy?
Oh yeah, from Big Hill Media.
Big Hill Media. I like that too.
And I'd be remiss. I know that you already mentioned them, but Big Hill Media, and we got Curtis from Off Road Lifestyle. You can never forget Christy Moat from Image Off Road, your guy from Mad Ram 11.
Oh yeah, Cole Shirley is the man.
Right, and then you got busted knuckle old
Who
BK.
cares? Yeah. Mhm.
And
Charles.
do we talk about Charles?
Of course.
Who else? We're forgetting. We're forgetting somebody. You're gonna kill us. There's
Oh
somebody-
yeah, D-pads.
You got Depends.
Oh, depends.
That's my guy, D-Pad.
Depends.
Yeah, he
D-cups.
just hit me up on
No,
this
it's
thing.
D-cup. No, it's not
D-Cups.
depends.
Photography?
No, it's the
Depends.
pants, the tightroll pants or the skinny jean. No,
Oh, Mr. Patton, D-Pat Photography.
D-pads.
And then you got
got it.
Jonathan Wright, Mr. Champagne.
Oh, you know
Mr.
it.
Lifestyles of the freaking
Hey.
rich and famous.
Now you're talking about my man Jonathan Wright with Black Dog.
But wow,
Yes.
do that. Wow.
Yes.
You got to
That's
record that
awesome.
later. That sounds
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
he
nice.
needs that. I love me some Black Dog.
Black Dog.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I
That's
guess
a
this is
crazy
the end of the
movie.
road for 2018.
Y'all stay in and watch this video. It is off the hook. Awesome. One of the best ones I've seen all year, and we didn't do it. Thank y'all.
When the world's calling you, can you hear them say? Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive.